Now is the perfect time for you to be spamming Apep because of championship to get better rankings for your PvE. And I've also cooked up a ridiculously fast new Apep team, and it's also very consistent as well. But before I show you the team, just a fair warning, it's not only whale heavy, it's also going to be extremely tight on your relics as well. So here's the team. Some of you already saw R6 Elite and just clicked off the video, which is understandable. So yeah, for the requirements, you're gonna need, again, R6 Elite. You're gonna need Xuan Pin. She doesn't have to be D3. She can just be R0, D0 and no skill ups as well. And then you also need Alice to be sort of beefy, so I did level up her Divinate to level 30. And then you need Tolan. He doesn't need to be skilled up, he doesn't need to be leveled up, he just needs to die. And then you also need at least R2 Brewster, but if you have R2 Brewster, then you're gonna need some insane relics on him. So yeah, let me explain the relics real quick. Your Elif is going to be using Thunder Set with a lot of accuracy, and also on the light set, because you don't want her to be debuffed by Apep. You want her to keep her shield, the lion stance, so that she can have the 40% attack up. And then your Xuan Pin is going to be on Harmony set, also on the light set, because you don't want her to take too much damage. If your allies drop below 20% HP, you're going to be doing less damage on all of your units. And then Alice will be on the Wind set and Ggez set. Again, as tanky as possible. You can give her defense, defense, defense. You can give her defense, HP, HP. But not HP, HP, HP. Because Apep does percent HP damage. And then Tolan will be on... I gave him Thunder Set. You don't need to give him Thunder Set. You only need to match his speed, which I'll explain in a bit. And then also give him Avatara. I'll explain this in a bit as well in the run. And then your Brewster is going to be on Thunder Set, and Brawler as strong as possible with a little bit of accuracy, because you kind of want to rely on his defense down on his S1 a little bit. Now, as for the turn order, turn 1 is going to go to Alice, turn 2 is actually going to go to Tolan, and then turn 3 and hopefully ends on Xuan Pin. These two will not get a turn unless there's some issue somewhere, and then Brewster will get a turn and it becomes a 7-turn run. Now I have Alice at 247 speed, same as Tolan. Tolan is also going to have 247 speed. Now if you have both at the same speed, make sure that your Tolan is on the right side of Alice, so that Alice can move first. But if you have lower speed, at least like 1 speed lower, then he can be anywhere in the lineup. And then your Xuan Pin needs to at least be 20% slower than your Alice if you have an R6 Alice, because R6 Alice gives the teammate 20% AP. You don't want Xuan Pin to cut Tolan's turn, and the way to determine that is just taking your Alice speed times 80%, and then whatever value you get, you need to be lower than that value. And yeah, let me just do a few runs. This is not fully auto. You do need to manual and target the second wave, the middle guy, so that your Brewster can follow up with his S1 and kill him off, because your Elif is not going to kill off the second wave. So first 2 waves is going to be 1 turn each, and then this one, if you proc a counter on Tolan, it's going to be a 5 turns. If you don't, it's going to be a 6 turns. It can also be a 7 turns if you get unlucky and the boss crits on your Brewster, which can happen I think 25% of the time. Because when he crits on your Brewster, he drops your Brewster HP below 20%. And when he drops it below 20%, you do less damage and you're not going to one-shot the boss. And as you can see, the boss was at 90% HP and I just straight up just one-shotted the boss. Now again, you need to proc Avatara on Tolan, which is 25% of the time, in order to get a 5 turns run. Or there is also one RNG that you can get a 5 turns without Tolan proccing an Avatara, which is Alice calling in Xuan Pin for assist, and then Xuan Pin will then call Elif for assist. That way, you will still get the same effects of Tolan avataring. Okay, this is a bad run because the boss actually critted on my Brewster, and it ended up being a 7 turns because my Brewster dropped below 20% HP. Let me just skip to when I get the 5 turns run. Alright, finally, Tolan proc the counter. And the difference between Tolan proccing a counter and not proccing a counter is that the boss actually retaliates and kill off Tolan so that he doesn't get a turn. You just want Tolan to die to get the debuff, right? So Tolan dies without getting a turn, and then you just kill him off with 5 turns. It's the same sequence, just the difference is that Tolan doesn't get a turn. So once again, here's how you do the run. You want to be manually targeting the middle guy on the second wave to make sure that he dies from Brewster's follow-up. That's why you need R2 Brewster, and also for the last stage as well. R2 Brewster is going to be dealing massive amounts of damage. And then if you proc a counter, like right here on Tolan, you're gonna get a 5 turns run, because the boss will kill off Tolan without him taking a turn, and he gets a debuff, which will then just allow your DPSs to just one shot from 100 to 0. And boom, there we go. I've only run this team like 2 multis, and I got an average of 5.7 turns, which is insane. Instantly shot up to rank 1. And as for my incentive trophy reward, my Apep is now at rank 3. Not bad. So yeah, that's about it. Once again, this team is not going to be free to play friendly or whatever, but what do you expect, right? You're going for the fastest turn clear. You're going to need all of the meta aspects that you can have at your disposal. Again, you need R6 Elif, you need at least R2 Brewster. R2 Brewster is a lot easier to get because they've been giving out free copies of him from the event. And then Tolan, you just need him to be, you know, R0, D0, no skill ups as well. If you have like a non-R6 Alice, it's actually better because you don't have to be bothered with the speed tuning. Since my Alice is R6, I have to make sure that my Shren Pin is at least 20% slower than my Tolan so that she doesn't cut in between the turns when she gets assisted by Alice. So yeah, I'm pretty sure someone is going to get a lower turn than this because I'm kind of out of stamina right now. Can't really do more runs. So yeah, someone is probably going to get a 5.0 average turns. That's about it. Ciao.